Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to bring you a replay in the SU-101 on Duck La Pass. Now, this is the second week in a row I'm going to be bringing videos, so far so good for me maintaining regular uploads. And in this replay, by the way, I'm going to be between Mark in his ISU-152 and Spandex in his OHM. Now, a few things. This isn't really a great game for me in the SU-101. It's more going to be a great game for Mark in his ISU, but this tank's quite interesting, and I want to talk about it a bit more, because I've got a previous video in it that I did a few months ago where I got an ace tanker, but I think this tank's worth talking about, and I think it's been buffed since when I first started playing this line. Two, I said about the buzzing sound or something in the mic last time, so I bought a new headset, a new Turtle Beach one, slight upgrade over the previous Turtle Beach one, and I could still hear it. Now, I don't think there's much I can do about it, because if I'm honest, I think it might even be the sound of my PlayStation. It's very loud, it's very old, it's the original PlayStation 4, pre-ordered, bought on day of release, so the fact she's still alive, she has served me well, but I don't think there's much I can do about the noise, because I think it might be the PlayStation. Got a new little gaming setup up in my room, so I've got my PC over to one corner, but I've just set up a brand new TV unit, well, multimedia stand, 55-inch TV, with 4K, I've got my PlayStation 4 in the multimedia stand, and I've also got an Xbox One S. So I've got a nice little gaming setup up and running right now. Now this is an older replay again from a good few months ago. Not played what console since the last video. I'm hoping to get some more recent replays coming up, because as I said, nice little kill there on the light tank as he gets out of render range. There's been a lot of changes, new tech trees, wheeled vehicles, check heavy tanks, a lot of shit since I last played properly, so definitely worth jumping and seeing what's what, and a bunch of balance changes. But anyway, the SU-101. I've got the 100mm gun, 320 alpha, 219 standard pen, and 330 heat pen, so the heat pen's really good. DPM's really nice, gun handling's really nice, doesn't carry much ammo, so you find yourself running out a lot. This is actually the game where I unlocked the 122mm gun, but even then, some people might not want to use it. You get 440 alpha, 258 standard pen, 340 heat pen, so it is just an IS-4 gun, a tier 8. But you lose DPM and you lose gun handling. Now, in Update 6.0 World of Tanks, is the gun handling as big a deal, or is it still pretty accurate? Who knows? I need to wait till I try it to find out, but I do quite like DPM and I like gun handling, so I might stick with the 100mm gun, but then again, the 258 standard pan on the big gun is super beneficial. You're going to see I load a lot of heat here when I fight an Andrea the Giant and an IS-4 in a moment. But this tank, this was actually, I believe, one of the first TD lines I went down, and I think I got to the tier 7, or in fact it might have been tier 8. Yeah, I've had the tier 8 in my garage for 3-4 years. I started this line, and then I gave up because I was shit. The lack of gun arc, lack of gun depression. I think it's got the lowest gun depression in the game. It is pretty fast, mind you. The armor isn't incredible, and I used to always play super aggressive back in the day. I didn't really know the concept of sniping in a TD. So I gave up on it for a long time, but this tank's starting to dawn on me for a bit. Like, I'm starting to like it. And again, as I said, maybe with Update 6.0, all the actual improvements that brought, maybe the big gun might be a shout on this tank. Now, equipment-wise on this tank, it's my usual TD/medium tank setup. I have got gun rammer, coated optics, and camo net. Now, a lot of people might find that being a pretty strange thing to have on a lot of TDs, and especially mediums. Now, some TDs you'd expect to have that kind of setup. A lot of people seem to think it's quite strange, but I like to be able to spot for myself, just in case the team don't spot. In this case, I think I've got 464 meters view range. So more than enough to spot for myself, and I've got really good camo. I think the concealment value is about 229 meters. And you're going to see later in this game what I believe will be the camo net saving my life. Just trying to snipe here, still got the heat loaded in case DeAndre gets spotted again. I have to give a bit more lead, mind you. And again, giving lead in this tank with the shitty gun arc could be a bit of an issue. You have to kind of move the tank quite often in order to re-engage targets. I'm just going to stop behind that building. Just missed a shot there. Now again, heat into the side of him, probably not the best thing to be firing here, although I do manage to pan him. At this point, I'm better off loading the AP since I'm shooting him in the side. And also, blind shooting heat is not a good way to make silver. So, probably wasn't the best thing for me to do. IS-4, definitely glad I've got heat loaded for him, but at the same time, tracks and spaced armor and whatnot, not the best. But the other issue is, you don't have to bring a lot of heat, but because this thing carries so little ammo, if you get in those tier 10 matchups or like heavily armored tanks and you don't bring a lot of heat, you're going to run out the AP, you're going to run out the heat pretty quick and be forced to fire AP. And that's the other issue when you do bring a lot of heat. If you get into a really nice matchup, you end up firing all your AP shells and end up having to fire fucking heat shells at light tanks, barrage, tier 6 tanks. And that's always painful. Now, Spandex died earlier, right after he killed an enemy, and if you look at Mark where he is, he's just in front of me there, sniping away as you do. Now, I'm going to come back, let's here to tag batch up, and it's time to defend the little TD hill here. Now, what's going to happen is I'm driving forward, I'm going to turn to the left and hide, because there's a lot of tanks here. You see over to our right, I'm getting shot at. My traverse speed isn't quite as good as I thought, and I kind of flipped myself. Now, look behind me. I feel like if I didn't have a camo net, that medium tank would have spotted me. Thankfully, I don't get spotted. I'm able to get behind this windmill. And now, this thing's armor isn't the greatest. It's got, like, a fair bit of armor, if I get lower tier tanks, but it is thick enough on the side to knock it over match. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and, well, side scrape these enemies, just to, like, stop them from penning me, but to try and keep them away. I've got to watch out for the bat chat, and I've got to watch from my right. I'm in a bit of a shitty position here. I'm not going to be able to get shots in with my gun arc and everything, and the lack of turret. So I'm basically just here to keep them proxy spotted and to stop them from pushing. Left for one picking up kills for us. Now to use this as a one shot, I'm on full health. If he decides to push, just put one shot in him. Piece of piss. Now the Udez, I didn't think was actually going to try and push. But he comes in, and I fucking miss. Very bad on my point, I get slapped by a big TD. I'm not even sure what they've got over there, or a big tank. But such for a lot of my hit points. If I don't think it was TD, now Udez tries it again. I do hit him this time. I don't know who's dead in my tank, if that's my gunner. But either I'm now one shot for basically everyone, as Mark picks up another kill. And again, I have no intention of poking out here, I'm just trying to like keep the spot, stop him from moving. If he wants to waste shots at me, he can. In fact, that's what I'm trying to do. When he gets to a good angle, I'm trying to angle, like, have him waste shots at me. Now, Mark gets another shot in, high rolls for over 800, which is always nice. I'm going to angle myself a bit better to hide from the people over at FE1 area. Fellow Commander, I'm going to try moving across, which thankfully excellent camo values will allow me to do. I've only done just over 3,000 damage near the assist. As I said, it's not really about me, it's about the tank in general, because I used to despise this vehicle with all my heart. Like, I can't tell you how much I despise it, so much so that, as I said, I just stopped playing it for like 3 years. But I've started to grind again. Obviously, as I said, after this game, I unlocked the big gun. The main reason I want this line is because I wanted tier 10. I wanted the 263. Because again, that tank looks like my kind of vehicle. Play aggressive, fast, good armor, punchy gun, decent DPM. For me and my playstyle, it looked like it would be perfect for me, but the grind to get to it, the tier 7 was hard for me to play back in the day. I said this thing was hard to play. The tier 9 is apparently really hated amongst a lot of people, but it's very mobile with really nice DPM with a 440 alpha gun. And you're going to see, I know that it's got really fast traverse speed, the SU-122 54. And it's on the hull of a T-54, I believe, hence why it turned so fucking fast. So what's going to happen here? I'm a one-shot, and the enemy TD is definitely not. So fuck it, I'm probably going to die here. We'll fire a shot. We both fail the pen, and I'm going to go past him, because I'm not going to be able to out-traverse him. I'm going to try and get behind this dead tank. I don't quite get there in time, but thankfully the SU misses. Now, all I need to do is hope he comes in front of me. I'm going to try and track him to save my life. Doesn't work. Thankfully he misses or bounces again. And I do actually manage to pick up the kill with a bit of a high roll. Super lucky there. That don't know how that worked out. But this game, I do unlock the big gun. So next time you see this tank, I'm going to try and use the 440 Alpha gun to get a video in it. You know, show the comparison of what I think. Mark, 6,000 damage, almost 3 kills, over 2200 base XP. Just carried the game for us. I didn't manage to come second though by stealing 4 kills on first class. Now this tank, it's not as bad as you think nowadays, so if any of you played it in the past and didn't like it, I'd highly recommend giving it a try again. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.